Okay, I got in here nice and tight so that I can actually show you what feathered looks like. What it actually looks like to have feathered. Like I say, you want to work it around a little bit because, like I say, this is a chip. So this, you kind of want it to be. And then you can do circular motion if you want a little bit, but what we really want to do here, we're not trying to flatten this thing out. That's not what we're trying to do. So that's why you want to kind of give it a little bit of a round circular motion whenever you're finishing this up. The first part was just to kind of get down to the middle. And then once we got our middle, you want to do some round sanding. Just by hand is fine, because this isn't exactly finish work. This is just to get you what you need, and then you wipe it off real good. And like I say, this is a chip, so. And then what we do, take our spot putty, and then we fill it over, which we've got a bunch of cruddy stuff on there, so we'll go ahead and we'll get rid of that. That way the next time it'll be clean. So anyways, as you've seen, that was what a good feather should look like. And the best way to get the feather is the round motion. The round, the circular sanding motion. That's one of the best ways to get a good feather. Okay, so what we have here is there's a spot right here, and there's a spot right here. And I'm going to show you a good feather, what it's supposed to look like with a good feather. First of all, knock off your big edges. And then you want to give it a good circular motion. Give it a good circular motion. That way you can get a good feather going. You'll want to try to get down as far as you can. Unfortunately, sometimes you want to get a good feather going. So you do it in a circular motion, and you can see here. I will show you. But you can also see that there's still some rust in it, so you're going to have to go a little deeper, which it's okay to put the pressure on it to get down to it, being you're going to the metal anyways. So okay, you wipe that down, you do your feather, you give it a nice smooth feather. Okay, see how that has multiple layers? You see the paint layer, the primer layer, the epoxy layer, all the little layers there, and you get all the way down to the bare metal. You can actually see the different layers, and it'll almost feel like it's smooth, which it's not, but that's what you want to look for when you're feathering. Get all your layers coming out, so that whenever you use your putty which we're gonna do that in a second. Let me get some putty ready. Take your putty and you put it over it, so you make a nice little layer, because you'll be able to shape that up a little later. So as long as it kind of looks like that, then you'll be able to shape it up a little layer with like some 320 or some 400, because you don't want a really rough grit on this stuff, because this stuff sands away really fast. So do some 320, maybe 400, you know, and then you can kind of level it off, smooth it out with that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on this other hole here, this other little chip. Like I say, it may seem like I'm being rough on it, but I'm not. It's not really as bad because it's not rusted, it's just got a little chip. But we also want it to be leveled off. So we do the whole rotation. Circular motion sanding. Yes, there is rust underneath it. So, anyway, feather it. Nice circular motion. Wipe it down. Then putty it. Bada boom, bada bing, it's done. Or bada bing, bada bang. Bibbidi bobbidi boo boo. Okay, well, that's gonna be about it for all I'm gonna do for right now. I'm gonna have to take this hood off. I'm gonna have to sand the entire hood, knock off what I can, primer it, wet sand it, paint it. That's probably gonna be for tomorrow. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to do a little tutorial on feathering. So I thought that would be something that would be good to show, because some people don't really know what feathering is. Some of the young guys that haven't done it before, or just anybody who hasn't done it before, doesn't exactly know what feathering is and don't know what it should really look like. But obviously, just in what it's called feathering. It looks like a feather. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and do a few more little spots on this, and I'll get to the editing the video here in a little bit and get it put up. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the hood off, and hopefully I have enough paint to paint the whole hood, which I should. I believe I've got enough to paint the entire hood, but I'm going to have to primer it first. I'll have to primer it first and then paint it. Which of course I'll also have to get to this fender too. As you can see, you can, well anyways, you can see it's really ripply. It had a few dents and I kind of knocked them out a little bit, but it didn't go to smooth, so I'll use the putty on that too. I may actually use body filler first, because they are kind of deep. So I may just use body filler first, and then use the spot filler for like a skimming coat to kind of blend a little better. And this whole fender is going to have to be painted too. But anyways, I'll have to paint the hood before I actually airbrush it. So I'll be delayed by a few days. It'll be okay because I can clear coat over the paint after it's airbrushed. I don't have to clear coat it right away. I can just sort of put my base coat on, get all the little spots covered up nicely, and then just airbrush and blend everything out with the airbrushing, and it should look alright. But alright guys,